because we are basically atoms, and atoms interact with one another in certain ways, and neuronal pathways interact, and we're moving towards understanding how those neuronal pathways behave, then it's not inconceivable that at some stage in the future we can replicate synapses and neuronal pathways and so on and so forth. And therefore, by extrapolation, why could we not assume that we can eventually replicate a human being?
Well, I think we're expected to increasingly perform in mixed realities. So sometimes we're biological bodies, sometimes we're machinically augmented and accelerated, and other times we have to manage data streams in virtual systems. So we have to seamlessly slide between these three sort of modes of operation, and engineering new interfaces, more intimate interfaces, so we can do this more seamlessly is an important strategy.
So my name's Andrew Dunn. I am a former graduate student in philosophy focusing on consciousness, work still in progress at the Singularity Summit. I'm hoping to speak about consciousness and about the applicability of ideas in consciousness to some of the other topics that will be arising at the summit, notably artificial intelligence and what we might want to say about consciousness in that context. So, looking forward to it. Should be a great event.
I try to think, why is it that there is this impediment to simply accepting that the extrapolation will be true? Well, for two reasons. One explanation is we all tend to stick with what is familiar, and just trying to get your head around the idea that a human being could totally replicate, a machine could totally replicate a human being, that's a real challenge to the imagination. It's really going into the out of your comfort zone. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, being a mathematician by training many years ago myself, I'm perfectly comfortable with the idea that there are some things that the human brain cannot imagine. For example, we can't imagine a physical fifth dimension or sixth dimension, and so on. And I don't see that that's a problem. You can represent a fifth and a sixth and so on dimensions mathematically, but having the human brain imagine what those might look like is beyond our imagination. So I don't see that that's a problem. I'm perfectly comfortable that there are some things which are unimaginable.
Well, I think increasingly the technology is becoming micro-miniaturized and also biocompatible. One can see that perhaps these bits of technology will be implanted in the body. They'll become sort of plugged directly into our nervous systems rather than being objects that we carry around externally to us. This insertion of these technologies into the body will result in a much more potent subjective experience.
There is no special further question about consciousness or qualia that should affect the way we ask questions about ethics more broadly. We haven't developed systems of ethics that are designed to approach questions about artificial moral agents in detail, and certainly most of our ethical thinking historically has been about naturalistic moral situations.